Hey guys, thank you for 1,400 subscribers. I'm going to be releasing this Minecraft intro template that you just saw on screen just now. And yeah, so let's get right into the tutorial of this. Yeah, I'm so bad at structuring England. So, you're going to need Cinema 4D R17 and After Effects 2014 CC for this to work. I'm not sure about the After Effects part, but I'm pretty sure you're going to need that Cinema 4D for it to work. Or R15 Plus. Okay, so what you want to do now is when you go into the description and download this, actually just before I do anything else, you're going to also need 3 plugins for After Effects, which is Magic Bullet Looks, RSMB and Sapphire Gen Arts. So Magic Bullet Looks creates the look of it, and RSMB creates the motion blur, and Gen Arts Sapphire creates the syncing of it. So yeah, some you don't really need, like the motion blur, but you know, it's best to have it if you want a better intro. So just open this, it's in the download in the description, and extract it. And let's open animation in Cinema 4D R17. And as you can see, we're missing every texture, like simply possible. So what you want to do to fix the textures is open texture files in the download and just drag them in. Open the chicken rig and go here, open the mousy rig and go here, and this word's called SG Turbulence, so look for SG Turbulence. Here it is. There you go. Okay, and now there's actually a sky texture we're missing, so if you go to mode, project info, textures, and then find overcast.jpg, which is here, you just want to drag in the overcast image to there, this little box here, press yes and OK, and now you can delete well, no, not yet, just click mode, project info, go back to the textures again and click reload all textures. It might take a few seconds because what it is doing is it's reloading all the textures in the map. Okay, and then you can now delete SG Turbulence, Mousy Rig V2 and Chicken Rig. And yeah, so everything's reloaded, even the sky, just not showing as it is reloaded, but trust me, it's loaded. But the skins aren't loaded. So what you want to do is you want to download a 1.8.0 skin, a 1.8 skin, and basically I'll have an example on screen now of what it looks like compared to a 1.7 skin. So as you can see, a 1.7 skin is I think 32 in height and 64 by width, whereas the 1.8 is like a square kind of image, 64 by 64. Did I say 32 in height and 64 by width for 1.7? I hope I did. But yeah, so you're gonna want to get a 1.8 skin, and one website that I know does that all the time is Minecraft Nova Skins, I'm pretty sure. Here we go. Despite anyone's being not that size, I guess. So say if you wanted this, you just go save, download, and let's say if you wanted, I don't know, Zuha, you go to player name search, Zuha, and it's got my current skin, which is not my normal skin, but it doesn't matter. Save, download, and there you go. See, that's a 1.8 skin. If it's cut up to here, then yeah, it's not a 1.8 skin. See, look, if I say 1.7, that's a 1.7 skin just there. So yeah, you're gonna want a 1.8 skin for this to work. Okay, so once you've got your 2 files downloaded, go into your character and actually deselect this, because otherwise the skin's gonna be changing. So make sure it's not highlighted in blue is what I'm saying, and all this text is not in orange. So yeah, and then you want to go to skin here and do this, and go to your downloads and find them. So I've got a lot of stuff in my downloads, so this could be quite a track. So there's one skin, your character, that's sorted, and then this character here, it says don't touch, but you're gonna have to change the skin for that. So yeah. Okay, so now that you've got the skins loaded in, you can see we've got everything loaded, but then here you need to actually change the name. So if you open this thing here and hold control and select both of them, set it to something like Zuha. I think it's best to use caps. Also, the font for this will be in the description. You can probably use another font if you haven't got this font, but I highly recommend this font as I made it fit within its area, because some fonts can be big and gross. This one's quite good. So yeah, any second now. So what you can see is that once I've changed the name, it actually still works with the intro template. But if you had a long name, say Pikachu Bagger, which was my old IGN back in the day, you can actually, I should show you how I did that. You can go in here and hold shift and, oh crikey, I need to change that back because I undid a little too far. You can go into this tool, normally it's on that tool, so resize tool. Click and hold shift and just go down. See, it's not too good with short names, but I mean long names. It's a lot better with shorter names, so like Zuha, but it does work with oh wait, I'm gonna have to undo, aren't I? Yeah, it does work with longer names because it's bigger and shorter names because it's bigger and clearer. So I do recommend, if you've got a short name, this is a perfect intro template for you. And okay, so once you've done all that, you want to just go into settings. In fact, double check with a preview. So click this. That doesn't matter. That's if you're missing texture on this skin. Which I think, yeah, I was undoing earlier, so I mean, just ignore what I'm doing right now. It will work for you. Okay, so yeah. So as you can see, you can render to just double check if the intro actually has all the textures in, because it wouldn't come up with that error like that. So yeah, I'm just gonna let this render so you can see a preview of what it looks like when it's rendered. So once rendered, this is what it looks like. It looks pretty cool if I say so myself. There are some errors with the hair there, but that really won't be seen in the final intro. So yeah, due to the RSMB movement going on. So yeah, let's get into the After Effects part. Actually, I need to show you how to actually render it out. So you want to go to save. Set this to 230, that'll do. Set this to 0. So you want to go into output and set these to them, because they might not be on them already, which is kind of awkward. And then you want to go into save, click this here, and find a place where you want to end up saving all these pictures. So I wouldn't just go on your desktop and save it. Make a folder, okay? And then you can call it whatever, like intro. Just make sure it's got PNG on the end, and just put it in a folder. And that's it. So once you've done that, you can hit this button here, and it'll probably take about 10 hours or something depending on your PC. It took about 6 for me. And yeah, it will start to create them pictures for each and every frame here. So that's 10, and yeah, that's how intros basically work. So yeah, and once you've done that, we'll get into the After Effects part. Okay, once After Effects is open, go into File, Open, Project, and just find it here. So yeah, that one, I guess. It might take a while to open, and I've just realized something. So you won't have these sounds, so I'm gonna have to think of a way to fix that. Alright, so you're not gonna have any sounds at all, but we'll get them sorted in just a second, because I found a little way of doing that. Okay, so yours won't look like this. It's just that I've already got the textures here. But what yours will look like is you will have this thing here. It might look like a, you know, when you see my animations, the beep, like the clapper frame thing icon, like technical difficulties. Yeah, you want to just right click this and replace footage, file, select all of the pictures you've got, so yeah, in that you've rendered out, and select PNG sequence and press import. Okay, and now that should have replaced the file for you, and it should work just fine. And make sure it's in between top and bottom. So yeah, and what else is that? Okay, so the song, audio at least. To get the audio to work, what you're gonna want to do is file, import file, and you're gonna import the crikey. You're gonna want to find the Minecraft intro template folder. Where is it? Where? Okay, here. And you want to import preview. Drag that underneath bottom and hide it with this icon here. And so what that will do is it won't actually show, although the audio icon is still selected. Thus meaning there will be sound, but I'm gonna hear double sound if I scroll through it, and that might have hurt your ears, but yeah, I'm gonna hear double sound, but you won't. So that's what you need to do to get this intro template to work. And yeah, obviously make sure you have the free plugins that I mentioned earlier: Magic Bullet Looks, RSMB, and Sapphire Gen Arts. And yeah, so once it's done, what you can do is you can render it from, I'd recommend where the audio ends. So you can hold control and scrub through, so you can hear like it ends around here. So once you've got to like the end of the audio at least or something, just select this, copy, and go right click, composition settings, and set the duration to that. And yeah, you're basically done now. All you need to do is file, export, add to render queue. If you don't see QuickTime, wait, I'll go slower. So I clicked here, and then if you don't see QuickTime under here, you're gonna need to install QuickTime, which is a free video player software by Apple, and it works on Windows, because you can see I'm on Windows, not just Mac. So yeah, it should work for you. So just install QuickTime. You may need to restart After Effects, I'm not sure. Then go to format, H.264, which is just under here, and bump that to 100. And yeah, you're done. Hit OK, and click this and save it somewhere. This is where the final video will be saved. So I don't know, save it to your desktop, call it intro, and you can hit render, and it will begin to render through. And once it's done, you should have a video file like this one here. Except with your name. So yeah, thank you guys for 14,000 subscribers. Not 14,000, 1,400. I'm a bit math lexic. So yeah, when we get to 15,000, 1,500, 1,500, yeah, I will be releasing my face. That sounds so bad. I'll be showing my face, and yeah, I'll be doing some cool giveaways and shit. Yeah, well, okay. So yeah, thank you guys, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.